Hey guys. Okay, so super short video. Now that you're finished watching the movie trailers and you've practiced a couple of times finding explicit information in the video, just factual information, and you've hopefully worked with your group a couple of times to figure out what the implicit information could have been that was implied in the video. I want you to try this with your story. So you're gonna, on a separate piece of paper, make another T-chart, put the title of your story at the top of the T-chart, and write explicit on the left side and implicit on the right side, just like you did for your examples. And I'm going to have you try to find explicit information from your story that you can make implications from, implicit information. And then you're actually going to practice making an inference. So that might seem kind of confusing. I'm going to show you an example, and I'll take a picture of this and put it below here too. So here's what I got. Can you see that? From A Retrieved Reformation by O. Henry. This was the story that you guys all read last week. It's our mentor text. Hopefully you can see that okay. Okay. So I have, on the explicit side, Jimmy never admits to anything and acts surprised when anyone implies that he might be out to something. Here are a couple of examples from the text. "Me," said Jimmy in surprise. "Why, I never cracked a safe in my life." Another example is, "Me," said Jimmy in a puzzled tone. "I don't understand. I'm representing the New York Amalgamated Short Snap Biscuit Cracker and Frazzled Wheat Company." It's one of my favorite lines from the story, even though I obviously don't say it very well, especially when I'm trying to read from back here. So the implicit information, what I could imply from that, or the information that I feel like is being implied, is that, like, obviously this guy's a crook. He's definitely a crook, but he never flat out admits that he is. The way that he acts innocent is almost kind of funny. Like, you can tell he has a pretty good sense of humor about the fact that people are giving him a hard time about this. Every time he pretends not to be a crook, people laugh and know he's messing with them, but he always keeps the joke running. It's just kind of his thing. I don't know. He just has kind of a good sense of humor about it. So now that I have written down the explicit information and the information that was implied by the explicit information, I'm going to use that to make an inference. So here's my inference. The way people treat Jimmy makes it seem like they almost admire him. It's almost as though his sense of humor and skill as a safecracker outweigh the fact that he's a thief. And that's kind of true. Like, you definitely get the sense that people look up to this guy, that they admire him. I feel like it probably has a lot to do with his personality, because he's just sort of a funny guy to be around. And he does have great skill as a safecracker. And I don't know, back then the story was written in 1903. I wonder if it has something to do with the time period. Mostly rich people kept their money in banks, so I wonder if maybe the poorer people that he knew didn't really care that he was stealing money from banks, because it was really just, like rich people's money that he was stealing. I'm not really sure if the setting has anything to do with it or not, but it definitely could. So that's what I want you guys to try. Now, I just did it once as an example for you, but I want you guys to try to do this maybe like 4 or 5 times throughout your story. You've got a long enough story, hopefully, that you should be able to record several pieces of explicit information, what the implied or implicit information is, and how you can use the explicit and the implicit information together to make some kind of inference. So by the time you're finished, I want you and your group to have come up with 4 or 5 times that you could use the explicit and implicit information together to make an inference. Hopefully that's clear to you guys. If it's not, by all means, please ask me and I will be here to help you. All right, good luck. I'll see you later.